Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel Dear Mathematics and also welcome to the chapter of combination. First of all, let us go through the definition and then for the formula of combination and then some of the problems based upon the combination, and then at last we have to go through some of the properties based upon the combination. So first of all, let us go through the definition of combination, and the definition states that each of the different selection made by taking some or all of a number of objects irrespective of their arrangements, that means irrespective of their order, is called a combination. In combination, order of appearance of things is not taken into account. So this is the main fundamental behind the combination topic, and that is the difference between the permutation and combination. In permutation, the order of appearance of things is taken into consideration, but in combination chapter, the order of appearance of things is not taken into the consideration. So what is the difference between a permutation and combination? In a combination, any selection is made, where as in permutation, not only selection is made but also an arrangement in definite order is considered. So what is the fundamental behind the definite order? So let us make a brief analysis in between permutation and combination. Suppose we have to arrange the three letters A, B, C by taking two of them. So here we can create AB, BA, and then BC and CB, and then CA and SC. So 6 number of arrangements can be considered or can be evaluated in the topic of permutation, because here AB is different from BA because the order of appearance is taken into consideration. But in combination topic, AB is equal to BA. Here order is not important. Order is not important. That means whether you choose first of all A or second B, or first of all B and then A, it does not matter. That means AB is equal to BA. Similarly, in the both of the last cases, here BC will be equal to CB, and then at last CA is equal to AC. So here we can get 3 number of total combinations, or the number of combination is equal to 3, but in permutation the answer is equal to 6. So this is the difference between permutation and combination. Here order of appearance is taken into consideration, but here order of appearance is not taken into consideration. That means here AB is not equal to BA. That means their position is important here. First of all, you are going to choose A and then B. That means it is very much different from the first of all you have to choose B and then A. So here it will be considered as AB, but here it will be considered as BA, and they are different from each other. But in combination topic, just you have to choose, just you have to select the objects as per the given conditions, but here order is not important. So these are the fundamentals behind the combination topic. Then let us move towards to the formula. What is the genuine formula based upon the combination topic? Then coming towards to the notation of combination topic, the number of all combinations of n objects taken are at a time is generally denoted by C of NR or NCR. That is, NCR also can be defined as, in a single statement, number of ways of selecting R objects. Number of ways of selecting, not arranging, only for selecting R objects from n objects. NCR is defined, that means combination of n objects taking R at a time can be defined only when n and r are non-negative integers, such that 0 less than equal to r less than equal to n. This condition is also applicable in the case of permutation. Then what is the formula we have to use to evaluate the combination of certain examples or certain problems? The number of all combinations of n distinct things taken are at a time is given by NCR is equal to n factorial divided by r factorial multiplied with factorial of n minus r. So we have to use this particular formula to evaluate some of the problems or some of the examples based upon the combination topic. Suppose we are going to evaluate, the first example is here, 3C2 Then here n is equal to 3 and r is equal to 2. So it will be 3 factorial divided by 2 factorial multiplied with 3 minus 2 and its factorial. Then it is 2 factorial multiplied with 3 divided by 2 factorial multiplied with it is 1 factorial, that means it is 1. Cancelling both of the common parts from the numerator and denominator, we have 3 divided by 1, that is equal to 3. Then let us consider another example here. Suppose we are going to find out 5c3, then it is 5 factorial divided by 3 factorial multiplied with the factorial of 5 minus 3, then it is 5 factorial can be expressed as 3 factorial multiplied with 4 multiplied with 5, then divided by 3 factorial multiplied with 2 factorial. Then cancelling both of the common parts here, it will be 4 into 5 divided by 2, that means it is 10. And here it is the answer for this example number 2. Then moving towards some of the basic notes based upon the combination. This is the note number 1. Suppose we are finding out NC0, then it will be n factorial divided by 0 factorial multiplied with the factorial of n minus 0. That means it is n factorial divided by n factorial. Cancelling both of the common parts, you can have the answer as NC0 is equal to 1. Then suppose we are going to find out NCN, then it will be n factorial divided by n factorial multiplied with the factorial of n minus n. That means it is again n factorial divided by n factorial multiplied with 0 factorial. As all of you know that 0 factorial is equal to 1, then cancelling both of the common parts, it will be equal to 1. That means from the two cases we get to know that NC0 is equal to NCN is equal to 1. The values of NC0 and NCN is equal to 1. Then note number 2, NC1, here it will be n factorial divided by 1 factorial multiplied with the factorial of n minus 1. So first of all we have to express n factorial in terms of n factorial of n minus 1. That means it is factorial of n minus 1 multiplied with n divided by factorial of n minus 1. So cancelling both of the common parts here from the numerator and denominator, we have the result as n. Similarly, then let us find out NCn minus 1. So it will be n factorial divided by factorial of n minus 1, then multiplied with the factorial of n minus 1, then solving, it is n factorial divided by, okay, let us express this n factorial in terms of n minus 1 factorial. That means it is factorial of n minus 1 divided by factorial of n minus 1 multiplied with the 1 factorial. Because whenever you will solve this or simplify this term, you will get 1 factorial. So cancelling both of the common parts here, you will get, okay, this is the, whenever we are going to express n factorial, we are getting a factorial of n minus 1 multiplied with the n. So cancelling both of the common parts, we are getting here n as the result. So from the note number 2, we are getting the value of NC1 is equal to NCn minus 1 is equal to n. So just remember these things. Similarly, in the note number 3, we can also prove that the value of NC2 is equal to NCn minus 2. This is the note number 3. And we can prove this by using the above procedure. So this is the some of the fundamental or notes based upon the combination topic and based upon the formulas of combination. Then moving towards some of the properties based upon the combination topic. So here it is the first property based upon the properties of combination topic. So let us prove it. So considering the left hand side first, we know that the value of NCR is equal to n factorial divided by r factorial multiplied with factorial of n minus r, because this is the genuine formula for the combination topic. Then moving towards to the right hand side part, NCn minus r, that means it is n factorial divided by factorial of n minus r multiplied with n minus in the bracket n minus r and its factorial. Just solving it, n factorial divided by factorial of n minus r multiplied with, then solving it we can get r factorial. And from here you can see that these two values are equal. So from the left hand side and the right hand side, you know that both of them are equal with each other. That means NCR is equal to NC n minus r. And this is very, very useful or important because of the property number 2. Because we have to apply this fundamental in the property number 2. So let us see what is the property number 2 here. Okay, before going to the property number 2, let us solve one example based upon this. So here it is an example. It is 10C8, because we have to show that NCR is equal to NC n minus r. So here n is equal to 10 and r is equal to 8 and n minus r is equal to 10 minus 8 and this is equal to 2. So first of all we have to consider these two values NCR. So it is 10C8. So it is 10 factorial divided by 8 factorial multiplied with 3 factorial of 10 minus 8. Then this is 10 factorial. Okay, first of all let us express this 10 factorial in terms of 8 factorial into 9 into 10 divided by 8 factorial multiplied with 2 factorial. Then cancelling both of these parts, here we can have 9 into 10 divided by 2. So it is 45. Then we have to show that this value of NCR is very much equal to NC n minus r. That means we have to consider n and n minus r here. So 10C2, because the value of n is 10 and the value of n minus r is 2. So it will be 10 factorial divided by 2 factorial multiplied with the factorial of 10 minus 2, and this is 10 factorial divided by 2 factorial multiplied with 8 factorial. So it is 8 factorial multiplied with 9 multiplied with 10 divided by 2 multiplied with 8 factorial. Cancelling both of the common parts, again we are arriving in the such a condition that the value is equal to 45. And here it has been proved that, so property 1 is satisfied by this example. And here we have satisfied the property of number 1, that is NCR is equal to NC n minus r. Then moving towards to the property number 2, but I have already told that in the property number 2 we have to use the fundamental and the application of the property number 1. So property number 2 tells that if NCX is equal to NCY, then either x is equal to y or x plus y is equal to n. Either this case happens or that case happens. So let us go through the proof. What? Given that NCX is equal to NCY, but from the property number 1, from property 1 we know that NCR is equal to NC n minus r. So by applying this property number 1 in the second part, that means in terms of NCY, so it is NCX is unchanged here. We don't have to change NCX term. Just we have to apply this property number 1 in the second part. That means it will be NCY is equal to NC n minus y. NC n minus 1. So from this equality we can also write down either NCX is equal to NCY or NCX is equal to NC n minus y. So NCX is equal to NCY. Another condition is here, NCX is equal to NC n minus y. So if NCX is equal to NCY, then both x and y will be equal with each other because n are unchanged here. But if NCX is equal to NC n minus y, then x is equal to n minus y. That means x plus y is equal to n. And this is very much useful, or you can say that important for the problematic session. Okay, let us go through an example here. If NC3 is equal to NC8, that means you can be sure that here 3 is not equal to 8. That means this case won't be happen here. 3 is not equal to 8. That means case number 2 will be there. So then find the value of n. Find the value of n. From here you can see that this is the value of x and this is the value of y. Here x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 8. And here x is not equal to y. So from this given conditions you will be sure that x is not equal to y because 3 is not equal to 8. So the second condition will be applied here. So here it is the solution given that NC3 is equal to NC8, 3 is not equal to 8, that means n is equal to 3 plus 8 and that is equal to 11. And this is the final answer for this example based upon the property number 2. Then let us move towards some of the rest of the properties are there in the topic combination. Then coming to us to the next of the 4 properties are there, property 3, property 4, property 5 and property 6. In the property number 3, you have to show that NCR plus NCR minus 1 will be equal to n plus 1 CR, and these are the tasks for you. Let us solve an example based upon the property number 3. Suppose I am taking here 6C3 then plus 6C2, then what will be the resultant value? As you know that both of the 6 and 6, the values of n are equal here, and the values of r in both of the cases are two consecutive numbers. So first of all you have to put the greatest r value here, that means it is 3, and then you have to put the next value of n. Both of them are equal, that means this will be equal to 7C3. This is the resultant here. First of all you have to find out the greatest r value, because this is the value of r, this is the value of r, this is the greatest value, and here you have to put 3, then you have to put the next value of a 6, that means 7. So the result will be 7C3, and you can also verify them by taking the left hand side, and you can also verify them. Proof left hand side, in the left hand side you can take 6C3 plus 6C2, then find out the value, and in the RHS part you have to find out the value of a 7C3, and you can see that these values are equal with each other. Similarly, you have to prove the value, prove the property number 4 here, and then property 5 and property 6. Let us consider property number 5 here. NCR can be defined as the multiplication of n upon r, that means the division of n and r, n divided by r, multiplied with the previous number of n, that means n minus 1, combination the previous number of r, that means r minus 1. Suppose I am considering here 10C8, then this will be 10 divided by 8. This is another example. 10 divided by 8, then multiplied with the previous number of 10, it is 9. C, the previous number of 8, it is 7. Again you can also repeat this case. 10 divided by 8 multiplied with 9C7, again can be put it into this form, and this can be represented as 9 divided by 7, then multiplied with the previous term of 9, or the previous number of 9, it is 8. C, the previous number of 7, it is 6. Again you can apply this property in case of 8C6, and this will be 10 divided by 8 multiplied with 9 divided by 7, and here it will be 8 divided by 6 multiplied with 7C5, and you can also continue them till it reaches the 1. So these are some of the 6 properties based upon the combination topic. Then at last let us go through the relation in between the permutation and combination of n different objects taking r at a time. At last, discuss about the relation between NPR and NCR, that means the relation between permutation and combination of same, considering n different objects taking r at a time in both of the cases. So we know that NCR is equal to n factorial divided by multiplication of r factorial with factorial of n minus r. Then it is 1 upon r factorial multiplied with n factorial divided with factorial of n minus r. Then it is 1 upon r factorial, here it is NCR, and you know that this is the value of NPR. The value of NPR is equal to n factorial divided by factorial of n minus r. Then shifting this r factorial towards the left hand side and this NCR towards the right hand side, we can get r factorial is equal to NPR divided by NCR. So this is the relation in between NPR and NCR, that means the relation between permutation and combination of the same n different objects in both of the cases, and also taking r at a time. So let us solve a problem based upon this relation. Example, if NPR is equal to 1680 and NCR is equal to 70, then find the value of R. So here it is the solution. First of all, let us go through the given data here. Given that NPR is equal to 1680 and NCR is equal to 70, we know that R factorial is equal to NPR divided by NCR. That means R factorial is equal to 1680 divided by 70. That means R factorial is equal to 24. Just dividing 1680 on with 70, we can get R factorial is 24. But we know that 24 is equal to 4 factorial. That means by equating both sides, we can get R is equal to 4, and here is the solution or final answer for the problem which is based upon the relation between permutation and combination. So by this video, we have just discussed about the topic of combination. Here we have started the combination topic and it will continue to the next video. Here we have discussed the definition of combination, then notation, then formula based upon the combination, and then some of the properties and notes, and at last some of the problems, simple problems based upon the properties and notes of the topic combination. In the next video, we are going to discuss about some of the more problems based upon the combination topic and some of the problems based upon the formulas and fundamentals. Till then, thank you.